Anyway. Hey, Bowling Boy. It's Eddie Murphy's The Nutty Professor as a person. Yeah, it's Gen 4 music. Yeah, Nintendo has allowed us to do this. So, let me go to window capture. Hey, there we go. Okie dokie. This is how this is gonna go. I keep seeing game reviews. People keep reviewing... I feel like whenever you get a game review, I mean, I could. I don't really want to. Oh, it's a bad pork chop. Super meaty pizza. Anyway. It's not a ranking. I mean, it's a ranking. It's less of a ranking and more of a review. So, when people do these game reviews, what I see happening a lot is that they're comparing games to other games of different genres. And you can't really do that. Bakugan's not a monster tamer. Bakugan's a card game. We can do card games. We can do card games on another stream if y'all want. But Bakugan's a card game. It's not a monster tamer. No, it's not. I will argue this till day I die. Bakugan is not a monster tamer. You're not raising monsters. Now, if we were gonna do the Pokemon card, Now, if we were gonna do the Pokemon card game and the Digimon card game, then yes, I would. But it's not. We're doing the video games. We're not doing anything else. We're not doing the anime. We're not doing the card games. We're doing the video games. Because what I keep seeing is people are comparing games like, oh, Elden Ring is a 5 out of 10 because it doesn't have first-person shooting in it. Like, what the fuck? No. You're comparing Elden Ring. I mean, it's the card game. Bakugan has a lot of games. It's still a card game, though. It's at its core, it's not a monster tamer. To be a monster tamer, you have to raise a monster. You have to raise a monster through levels, however many levels that is. That is the core mechanic of the game. It's taking a monster that you like and raising it, making it strong, and using moves to beat other monsters. It's essentially chicken fight the game. That's what it comes down to. At Elden Ring? No, my god. But you get my point, right? Like, I'm doing these in a sense of, I'm tired of seeing these game reviews comparing two entirely different genres to each other, and then immediately claiming this game's crap because it's not that. Well, it's like, of course it's not that. That's not the genre. I would never compare a game like Elden Ring to Pokemon. That's two different genres. Now, I would compare Elden Ring... Oh my god. Y'all are assholes. With Pokemon, it would be hard to rank it by the things we have for that ranking. That's just it. That's just it. We can. Because we're comparing it to the other games. Monster Rancher is kind of an outlier, but I'm putting it here as an example for Digimon. And I'll explain why. Things are going to make sense as we go. Because I have another screen pulled up. I have another screen right here. Yeah, you compare Elden Ring to other Dark Souls games. You'll see how. You'll see how. It's gonna make sense, okay? It's gonna make sense. And why Pokemon actually isn't the best in the genre. To be honest, it's not. Honestly, so one of these is gonna come out to be a higher number than the rest of them. And Monster Rancher is kind of a weird one. We're doing these at their strongest points, yes. Or we're not gonna use, like, we're using overall. Like, I'm gonna show y'all. So, Pokemon, we're gonna take every main Pokemon game, from all the colored games, all the colored and gem Pokemon games, and X and Y, all those. Yeah, Monster Rancher is a ranch of monsters. I'm gonna explain in a second, though. So, for Pokemon, we're gonna take all the way from red, blue, yellow, and green, all the way up. Okay, Dinosaur King. Here's the problem with Dinosaur King. I have not played it. I have not played Dinosaur King. If I had played Dinosaur King, it'd be up here. I guarantee you it would be. But I never played Dinosaur King, so I can't give a good response to it. I can't give it justice, and that's not fair. All of these games I have finished to completion, except for TemTem, because I'm just not done with it. Oh, not Dinosaur King? What dinosaur game? Oh, I haven't played that one either. when those games came out, I was still relying on my mother's money, and she wouldn't buy me the monster taming RPGs because she thought they were childish. So I was only able to get Pokemon, really. Fossil Fighters does count within this. I think it does. Let me see. Yes, Fossil Fighters would count. It does count, but I've never played it. That's the problem. I never played it, so I can't do it justice, and I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to anybody, because that would be rude. It'd be like reviewing a game. It's like reviewing a movie you've never seen, and that's not really fair or indicative or helpful. If I had played Dinosaur King and if I had played Fossil Fighters, I would put this on the list, but I don't. I haven't. I'm only using the games that I've played, and I love the genre. Don't get me wrong. I would love to play Dinosaur King and Fossil Fighters at some point. The only game on this list I haven't finished is TemTem. Only because I'm still going through it, but I'm close to the end, and I've played enough of TemTem to know everything about it. Alright. But we are taking... So, Digimon and So, I've explained Pokemon. We all know Pokemon. The king of the games. The king of the monster taming games. We're going to cover Pokemon all the way from Red, all the way up to... all the way up to current Sword and Shield. We're not going to count BDSP because it's just Diamond and Pearl. So that's the thing with that one. But Pokemon's kind of the baseline we're using. TemTem is Pokemon. Nexomon is Pokemon. Woo! There you go. TemTem and Nexomon are very similar to Pokemon. They were meant to be Pokemon killers. The thing with... And Monster Sanctuary has other mechanics in it, but it's still closer to Pokemon. Digimon and Monster Rancher are a little different. I'm still putting Monster Rancher in it because I fucking love this game, and one of my regulars loves this game. So I really want to put this in here as that. Yeah, I have that as a redeem. Digimon has a lot of different styles of games. So for this... So, heads up, for Digimon, how Digimon's going to work is that Digimon is going to be based on the worlds 2, 3, Digimon Dawn and Story Dawn and Dusk, and then Cyber Sleuth. The 2 Cyber Sleuths game, World 2 and 3. Anyway, we're going to get started. So, Monster Rancher and Digimon are going to be a little bit different. Because Digimon has so many different styles of games, we can't count all of them. It makes sense in this. In Digimon Masters Online, it actually comes from Wizardmon's line. Comes from Dynasmon. Anyway. So we're gonna start. So we're gonna start with a story. Okay. Story. The story is going to encompass dialogue. Story encompasses dialogue. I can't spell dialogue. There we go. Dialogue. Length. And the plot. You know what? We're not going to count length, because length, just because it's short, doesn't mean it's not good. Plot and characters. So that's gonna be our stuff. Is that? Sorry, I'm trying to eat too. That's what story is going to cover. Okay. Overall, we're going to start with Pokemon. We're going to start with Pokemon, just the baseline Pokemon game. I'm sorry to say. Honestly, no. Pokemon's story... Overall, if you take every single game, so let's go here. Pokemon. Red, we're gonna put, we'll do each game individually. RBGY. Story was crap. Story was a 1. There was no story. There wasn't a story for the game. It's a 1. Gold, Silver, Crystal. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bowling. Story's probably gonna be a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Because we're gonna have to average the games together. Gold, Silver, Crystal's probably at a 3. Only because Crystal has a little bit more. Gold, Silver, Crystal's story is at like a 3 or a 4. Yeah, it's struck down by the first couple games. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, however, that rises to a 6. That one rises to a 6 immediately. Because Emerald does a lot. Emerald does a whole lot for it. DPP 7. DPP is 7. It's not perfect, but it's a... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put that at an 8. No. It's a 7. It's a 7. Because... I'm gonna put it at 7. And here's why. Hold on. I'm putting it at 7 because there is better. There is better. That's why. HGSS, that's at a 6. The story didn't matter till Platinum, right? That's why I'm putting it at a 7. The story for Heart Gold, Soul Silver is less. Because it didn't, like, there is extra story. But it's not that different from their game. Now, I'm adding it more than Gold, Silver, Crystal because they did add a story for the Legendaries. They added a story for the Legendaries for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I mean, they added Legendary stories for Gold, Silver, Crystal to Heart Gold, Soul Silver. They also added a little more Gym Leader stuff. They changed up one of the gyms. So you know what? I'm gonna give it a little bit more points. Black, white, B2, white 2. That's a 9. No, that's a 10. As far as these games go, it's a 10. And that's both combined because they're a cohesive story. It's a cohesive story between it. That's a 10. It's amazing. I love it. 10 out of 10, that's great. The entire plot line of essentially PETA trying to take over the world is amazing. Oh, sorry. It's great. It's the whole aesthetic, the entirety of their like, the gym leaders have character. They're actually like there and do shit. Like they're awesome. X and Y 7. X and Y the story is 7 because it does do a lot good, but it doesn't do enough. It doesn't do enough. There's an entire section of a power plant that's just not used. The third legendary had no story, and we'd expect that story at this point. We really did. Like, coming off Black and White with N's whole story, and then going into this, where Lysandra I like Lysandra. He's like, yeah, a very flawed character, but like in a good way. Like, your logic is flawed. I mean, essentially, he was kind of like Hitler, yeah. From there, X and Y, we have SM and Usum. We're gonna count these together. Another 7 for that. It's nah, I wouldn't say a 9. I wouldn't say a 9 only because they repackaged the same thing. If they don't get me wrong, I love Team Skull. Team Skull is my favorite evil team because they're not evil, they're just punks. I love them. I love them to death. The comedy is great with them. The story of, like, the actual story behind, what's his name? Guzma. Guzma's actual story is really good whenever you figure out his backstory. It's hidden, but you can find it. And when you do, you're like, okay, I understand why the man's the way he is. Lusamine being the strict villain was kind of seen from a mile away. That's why I'm like, it was too easy to predict. That was great. Like, but it's good. It's just because they repackaged it as like Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon was what Sun and Moon should have been anyway. So it's not really all that good. I'm not gonna go with that. That's why it's a 7. Sword and Shield. Swish. That's another 7. It's a 7 again. I can't say it's better. You know, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give the story an 8 only because I liked it. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, or yeah, it's no, it's actually more like Elon Musk, to be quite honest. Elon Musk is saying, I'm gonna summon Satan, like, that's fun. And the fact, like, I snuffed out Chairman Rose as the villain from day one, but that was fun. Compared to Lusamine, where I was like, okay, whatever. It's abusive mommy. Chairman Rose is like, how are you gonna be the villain? Like, I know you are, but how? And I liked it, and I liked, my wife actually really enjoyed Sword and Shield, considering, oh, we're not gonna count Let's Go, by the way. Let's Go is not gonna count. Sword and Shield, that was her first real Pokemon game. She absolutely loved the whole, like, it's a stadium, this is a sports game, like, we're a sports team, like, that was cool. I wish they kept that, to be honest. I absolutely love that idea, that we are a sports team, like, we were actually, like, got sponsors and stuff, like, that was cool. I like that. Legends, you know what, we'll count Legends as well. We'll count Legends too. Legends, for story, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for Legends. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give Legends a 10 out of 10. As far as Pokemon stories go, it's a 10 out of 10. Oh, you know what? I didn't count one. I didn't count one either. We're missing one. We're missing, Oris. We're missing Oris. It's a low 9. I'm gonna give Legends a low 9. I did forget Oris, though. Oris is an 8. Oris is an 8. They fixed a lot of the problems. You think a 7 for Oris? I'm thinking an 8. I actually loved Oris. That might be one of my favorite. That's my favorite remake, by the way, aside from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Oris was good. Oris had they added some things that were just really good. The new evil teams had so much personality to them. You enjoy the chairman a lot as a villain. He's not written the best, but but it's Pokemon. They're not gonna be written the best. Yeah, he's trying. Yeah, Chairman Rose is somebody that you know, like, you probably grew up with somebody like him, and watched them become a good person, watched them be a good person, and just ended up like getting too wrapped up in his own beliefs. Plus, they actually arrested his ass. Like, he actually got arrested. Yeah, we're not gonna go in the Diamond and Pearl remakes. That's just Diamond and Pearl. That's the same thing. It's no different. We're just gonna skip on that. But Oris gets a bigger points because of the additions they added from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I think they added so much good stuff. Legends, I think Legends story is really good, to be honest. It was a lot of fun. The entire aspect, I like Isekai. I'm an Isekai trash. I'm Isekai trash, 100%. I was like, wait, are we getting Isekai? We're getting Isekai! Like, I freaked out. I was so happy. I hope they make another Legends game. I really do. I hope they make like a Legends, I would love to see a Legends, Gold and Silver. And we end up like seeing Ho-Ho revive them and make the fuck is Isekai? Bruh, what's Isekai? Isekai is Truck-kun. Isekai is getting sent to another world. This is like, you are the hero of normal timeline and get sent to another reality to help it. That's what Legends is. Picture Overlord, Konosuba. It's an anime genre, essentially. ReZero, those are all Isekai anime. That's just what the genre is. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna put Pokemon for their games, for their story. Let me do the math here. No, Legends is Isekai. Legends is an Isekai because he's getting sent back in time. That's still counted as an Isekai. That's still counted as that genre. But see, time travel into the past is still... It's like Isekai light. It's like a little bit of Isekai. It's still there. It's just not the same thing. And plus, I think this Oris might actually be an alternate reality, not the actual past of not Oris. I'm sorry, of the Sinnoh region. I think it might actually be the past of Sinnoh. Not the past, but like an actual alternate timeline of the past of Sinnoh, but I could be wrong. Yeah, a little bit. I guess Back to the Future is a little bit of Isekai. I mean, Digimon's Isekai. Digimon is an Isekai. At least the anime is. But it's also marked by trying to get back. Isekai is also either marked by trying to get back or trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Let me do the math for this. We have 1 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 6 plus 10 plus 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The opening of Digimon Season 1, yes. Okay, so we actually end up... Pokemon is... Pokemon's a 6.5. Because of the early games, Pokemon's overall story is a 6.5. That's just how it averages out to. Which is about where I said it'd be. I got choked on my root beer, sorry. Which is about where I said it would be. I said Pokemon would be about a 5 or a 6. A 5 to 7. We got 6.5. I can live with that. Now, I'm gonna ask chat, which way do y'all want to go with this? Do y'all want to go with going story for everything first? It's the HEB brand. It's like Dr. Oh no, it's Dr. Pepper. It's not root beer. My bad. It's like the HEB version of Dr. Pepper. Anyway. Do y'all want to go down and go everything Pokemon first? Or do you want to do everything in story first? Which way do y'all want to go? I don't care. We can go left to right, or we can go left to right or up and down. Which way do you want to go with this? I don't personally care, to be honest. You want to go forward, so like this way? Oh, you can't see that. Like this? That work for y'all? Digimon story? Digimon next. Okay, we'll do Digimon next then. Okay. Alright, so for Digimon. Digimon stories. So we're gonna take Digimon. I'm not gonna okay, so left to right. Okay, so the problem with World 2, I never played it. I never played World 2. World 3 I did. We're gonna do Dawn and Dusk, and then we're gonna do Cyber Sleuth. Both of them. World 2, I don't think there's a whole lot of story for... I don't remember the story for 2. I never played 2. So I'm actually going to cut 2 out. I'm going to cut 2 out of here because I never played 2. I have played 3. I played 3, Dawn and Dusk, and Cyber Sleuth. World 3, the story for World 3, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 6. Only because there's no fucking direction. There is no direction in 6 in 3 until you get about halfway through. And the reason I'm not using World 1, you know what? We kind of have to use World 1. We kind of have to use World 1. World 1, and we'll use Next Order as well. These are the ones that I've played. Next Order. So we have to use these. World 1. World 1 story, solid 5. Nothing special, nothing extra. It's just, we're trying to rebuild the digital world. It's a 5. It's a basic, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's a start. It's a start. We can't be mad at that. World 3 got to 6 because the first half of the story, there is nothing. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just wandering around the world and hoping you come across something. Eventually it gets good because you realize there's a friggin' terrorist organization that you're trying to stop and all of a sudden shit hits the fan. That's fine. That's why it gets a 3, but it's the first half that screws me over. Dawn and Dusk, it gets a 7. Dawn and Dusk get a 7 because that's the first time they really went with a huge story for it. And it was actually like really good. It was like, I can't remember what the story was, but I remember it being like, you're part of like a you're part of like a guild essentially, like a mercenary essentially. and you're trying to overcome a, you end up getting hired out to do jobs and stuff, but you're also trying to, how do I put this? You're trying to Digimon are going feral, and you're trying to figure out why. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun, because Digimon are all intelligent. Oops. Next Order. Next Order gets a 7 as well, because of the twist. Next Order's story, the characters are fantastic. Next Order wins, gets a 7, because the characters are hilarious. I love the characters. The English dub is good, because see, you remember Gilmon? You know, the guy that little red Digimon talks like this? Yeah, he's voiced by Patrick Seitz in this one. This man is voiced by Patrick Seitz. All of a sudden, you see this, it's like, it's Gilmon, he's here, yeah, we're gonna hear I'm Baby again. No, you hear this deep, sexy voice of this top tier VA. You're like, what the hell? Where did this come from, Gilmon? And the characters are great. Even meeting the villains is good. Like, there's not a whole lot of, like, there are villains, but even the villains are fun. Cyber Sleuth gets a 10. Both games together get a 10. Cyber Sleuth 1 is the story of you are the chosen hero. You are the Digi-destined. Hacker's Memory is we're the regular people trying to survive while the Digi-destined do their save the world stuff. The characters are fantastic. It's really, really sad and times you want to cry. It's so good. Digimon have really good stories for their games. And I'm playing Hacker's Memory currently. Again, I've already played it once. So let's add these up. 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 10. Divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The problem with this is that using the method I'm using, and I'll admit to this is the bias coming in. Pokemon, Digimon, and Monster Rancher have multiple games in their series to use. TemTem, TemTem, and Monster Sanctuary only have 1. Nexomon has 2. That's the problem. That's why Pokemon and Digimon just have the numbers on everybody else. And that's not a problem, but it is something I need to make apparent in this review. That's just something apparent I have to make in this review, is that Pokemon and Digimon have not too many, but they have enough games to like counteract bad games. Monster Rancher, TemTem, and Nexomon don't. They just don't. I can't change that. Alright. But we're gonna go with Monster Rancher now. Monster Rancher 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 games. All of them have stories. 1 has a 1. 1 has no story. 2 has a 1. 1, they have no story. Actually, you know what? 2 gets a 2 because there is just a little bit of story at the end. Your whole thing is you're just raising a monster. Like, it's almost just a virtual pet simulator. It's a sim game. It's not really an RPG. But it is a monster game. 3 has a story, though. 3 gets a 4 for its story. Whoops. And 4 gets a 6. What's up, bowling? What's up, bowling? Which one? Which one? What did I forget? Nintendogs! Nintendogs is not 1! No! Oh, no, I forgot to do something. Nintendogs is not a monster raiser! That is a sim game. That's a sim. That's different. That's a sim game. That doesn't count. Okay, fair. I have seen a Chihuahua. My wife owned a few. But no, it is not. No. No, 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 no. Hold on. No, it... No, it is not. It is not... It is not a sim game. A sim of the daily life of a dog. Yeah, no, it's not a sim. It is not a sim game. I'm sorry, it's not a monster... And not a Tuma. It's not a monster raiser. Monster Rancher gets a solid 3. This is, I think it comes out to like a 3.5 if I did the math in my head right. There's not much to talk about the Monster Rancher stories. 1 and 2 are just be the best Monster Rancher. Get a good monster. There's no story. There isn't a story. Only give 2 a story because there is a little bit of story behind it. 3, I never played 3, but I know the story, and it's kind of like it's a prequel to the rest of the games. Yes, you can raise a wiener dog. I know that. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. It's 15 divided by 4. Yeah, it's like a 3.75. Yeah, it's 3.75. I can't do anything. No, wiener dogs are not monsters. They're atrocious, but not monsters. Monster Rancher is at 3.75. I can't do anything about that. There's nothing I can do about that. TemTem's gonna be easy. I don't have to go to another screen for TemTem. Like, 4 is the only thing that saves Monster Rancher, because 4 has a story. 4, you get kicked out of Monster Rancher school because you abused a monster till it died, and you end up, like, having trauma because of it. And the story is, like, there's actually, like, a problem going on. Like, there's, like, bigger monsters trying to do shit, and you gotta stop them, too. So there's actually a story behind 4. It's not great, but it's a story. I would love to play 4 on stream someday. Alright, going on to TemTem. I am currently playing TemTem. Honestly, the story's not bad. The characters are cool. I like the characters. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, the characters. TemTem does something the other games don't do. TemTem actually will let you be non-binary. Like, TemTem actually just lets you wear whatever clothes you want. The problem with TemTem's story that I have, the first character that you find... No, Slime Rancher's a farming game. Stardew is a... Stardew Valley is a farming sim. That's a whole genre in of itself. Stardew Valley, I would probably put that with Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. I'd have to put them with those 2. So yeah, I can't really... That's different. And I've never played Stardew Valley, so I couldn't give a review on it. Yeah, you can raise slimes. Big deal. That doesn't make it a monster raiser. Monster raiser, that's the main mechanic. It's gotta be the main mechanic of the game. But TemTem. So with TemTem's story, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give TemTem a 7. I give TemTem a 7. It's not perfect. You know what? No. I'm gonna give TemTem an 8. TemTem gets an 8. Slime Rancher is a farming sim. Yeah, Slime Rancher is a farming sim. Because you're not using them to fight. You're just raising them. So yes, Slime Rancher is a farming sim. With TemTem, the problem with TemTem is that its story is kind of basic, but they're not afraid to pull punches. And that's what raises it for me, is they will kill off kids. Like, they're like, ah, he's dead. The characters are cool. I really like the characters. Like, all the dojo masters, which are just gym leaders. They're all interesting characters. They're all, Oh, I left one out. Hold on. Dang it. We'll count with an exploration. We'll count with exploration. I left out XP grind. I left out the XP grind. We're gonna put that with exploration. You know, I'll put it right here. Hold on. Oh no, I missed. Okay, hold on. Ah, damn it. Hold on. Nah, I messed up. Okay. There. I looked at XP grind. Because TemTem, that's... I only put XP grind because of TemTem. Because of TemTem. Anyway. TemTem's story... I gotta give it an 8. I gotta give it an 8. The story is just better. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Oh, God. Hold on. Edit undo. Oof. Oof. There we go. TemTem gets an 8. TemTem gets an 8 for story. It's just not afraid to pull punches. I think that's what's good about it, is they're not afraid to pull punches, and they really do delve into, like, you're having, like, literally, people are like, you're chicken fighting with monsters. Like, there are people who are like, you're literally chicken fighting with monsters. This is awful. Don't do this. And everybody's like, yeah, it's fine. And so, yeah, that's why I like it. That's kind of the fun thing about TemTem, is that they are kind of realistic when it comes to things. Nexomon! There are 2 Nexomon games. I only played the second one because the first one was not good. Nexomon. 10. Hands down. Out of everyone here, Nexomon has the best story. Out of everyone here, out of everything on this list, Nexomon has hands down the best story. They parody Power Rangers. You cannot tell me that that's not funny. They straight up parody Power Rangers. It's hilarious. You turn out to be something else. The bad guys become the good guys. It's a whole thing. It is good. It is a good story. If Shinzo's still here, Shinzo can tell you how much I love Nexomon. Out of this group, Nexomon might be my favorite. Out of this group, Nexomon might be my favorite of the games. That's the only thing I can say. It is just everything about the story is good. The characters are fun. Your rivals are fun. The players are, the story's amazing. The fact that you can just, yeah, I mean, they did, but this is, like, legitimately funny. But, like, the fact that the bad guys become the good guys, and the good guys aren't really all that good, or they're just kind of misguided. The whole story of, like, playing into the first game, but you not needing to play the first game to understand it was a really good idea, because they understood the first game wasn't that great. It wasn't bad, it just, some of the designs needed work. But to be honest, Nexomon has the best story here. I would recommend, if you want to play a monster taming game for a story, go play Nexomon. Monster Sanctuary is a close second. The only reason it's less than is because the game story itself isn't that long. And it's kind of cut and dry. Like, Nexomon's got twists and turns. Monster Sanctuary's story is cut and dry. While it's not bad, it's just, you can kind of predict it as you go. It's, yeah, that's a bit for the story on that. It's just, it's cut and dry, and you can predict it, but the characters are fun. The villains are interesting, at least to say the least. It's not terrible. It is, as far as monster taming games can go, it's not that bad. It's a lot better than most. Okay. That's it for the stories, though. You're gonna lurk polling? Okay. Alright. We did that. We're gonna go to art. Debate me. Debate me. Actually, you know what? No. Put it at 8. I'll put it at an 8 because this is not counting monster design. This is counting the world design and the other the character designs. This is counting like the actual character designs. I think Pokemon's at an 8. While a lot of the characters could use some work, there are a lot that are amazing. Like, The gym leaders from Sword and Shield were fantastic characters. I loved their look. They were so... Pokemon's characters... You know what? No. Pokemon is a 10. Pokemon is a 10 because every main character... Why would you say that, Burger? Why would you say that? What? No! Where did you get that idea from? What kind of QAnon board did you go to? Anyway, no, the character designs for Pokemon are amazing. Hands down. This is the art is for like the art style of the game. It's just so... You look at it and you go, that's Pokemon. That is Pokemon. It's good. It's just straight up good. Digimon. Oh, he means it. That's how they do the art? Wait, really? What do you mean that's how they do? They start as a dick? So I know when they design their Pokemon, they've actually talked about how they do it. But this isn't the Pokemon design. This is the actual art style of it. It's like you look at it, how memorable is it? I don't want to do that. Don't ruin it for me. Because I know whenever they get a design, like, hey, we need a cute puff. Like they'll give like a list of specifications to the Pokemon Company artist, and then they design the Pokemon. Like the girl who designed Pikachu, they legitimately told her, they actually like, we need a cute electric mouse. They actually asked a certain person. There's like an artist to keep on staff. It's a girl. It's the girl who designed Pikachu. And they go to her when they want to design something cute. They're like, she is the cute person. They go to like Snorlax is based on one of their employees. But like, that's how they do their designs. They usually have people who are specific for certain designs. But Digimon's art style. So Digimon's art style is kind of hard to cover because it covers too many different genres. Or it covers it covers like a lot of ideas. So Digimon art. World 2, I know the World 2 designs, it's like a 3. World 3 designs, it's like a 3. They're not great. I mean, it's cute. Like, well, 3 I'm gonna give it 5. 2 was kind of boring. 3 was cute. 3 had like a cute aesthetic going for it. It's like kind of blocky. Let's see if I can pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up Digimon World 3 designs. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Yeah, like, this is kind of cute. Like, look at that. Like, it's a cute world... Like, it's a cute design for the characters. Like that. Like, it's a cute design. I like the design of the world. There's not much cohesion. Yeah, that's the problem with Digimon, is there's not a whole lot of cohesion in their designs. But I'm not... This isn't the monster design. This is the art styles of the games. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hold on. We did World 1. Hold on. We forgot World 1. World 1, we'll do 1. World 1's art design, I thought was good. I thought it was good. It gets a 6. Next Order, the art style gets an 8. It's a really good design. It doesn't make me go, ah, but it's good. It's like a good anime style. Let me go to Next Order, see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Let me see, like, let me see if I can pull up the Next Order character designs. Or just the art style. Like, it's cute, it's good, it's memorable. Like, you remember these. It's a cute design for these guys. Like, the art style of the game looks, like, it looks Digimon. That's why I'm giving it an 8. Like, that's beautiful. Look at that shit. That's a beautiful design. And they got Mekumon here, too. It is kind of blocky, though, for the design, so I'll give it an 8. Cyber Sleuth? 10. The character design's gonna... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it an 8 as well, only because the girls kind of creep me out sometimes, because all the girls have the same body type. They're all the same. There's not a whole lot of... Like, while the design is really good, the characters themselves don't have a whole lot of variation in their body types or designs, at least for the girls. That's why I'm giving it an 8. So Digimon's art style is gonna average out because they're so different from each other. 6 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 8 divided by 5. It's a 6. I'm gonna boost that to a 7. I'm gonna boost that to a 7 because it's gotten a lot more consistent recently. It's gonna go to a 7. I think Digimon's gonna boost to a 7, just out of consistency. Alright, Monster Rancher art style. They're all pretty the same. Most Monster Rancher games, the aesthetic of the game, this is what it is, the aesthetic of the game. The aesthetic of this game, 7. I gotta give it a 7. It's not, they don't change between games. 3 kind of brings it down because they definitely changed up a lot of the designs. But it's about a 7. It's not fantastic because it does have this kind of like generic fantasy world feel to it. Like it's not very different from like if you went into a fantasy anime, you couldn't really differentiate it from a Monster Rancher game. You really couldn't. That's all I can say for that. There's not much to it. This gets a 10. TemTem gets a 10. Art design, beautiful. If you like pastel, that's TemTem. So I'm gonna show y'all TemTem real fast. I haven't played it in a while. I need to finish it. So TemTem's art style is very pastel. Like, it's a very pastel looking world. That's the only way I can really describe it. Very much, almost like flamboyantly pastel in their design. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. I like the design. While the monsters I'm gonna give my own opinions on the monsters. The actual art design itself is very different and very interesting. I actually really think it's good. It looks like candy, yeah. The whole world itself it's very pastel. It's like cotton candy feel to it. But the game itself is not cotton candy. I will tell you that right now. The story and the gameplay is not cotton candy. It is hard. It is out of this group, TemTem is the hardest. Out of this entire group, TemTem is the hardest of the games. I'm gonna describe that in combat. Alright, Nexomon. Nexomon's art design gets an 8 out of 10. Nexomon only gets an 8 out of 10 because it is a little too similar to Pokemon for me. Their designs are a little too close to Pokemon. TemTem, you can definitely tell it's a TemTem by looking at it. Nexomon, I could look at it and go, this may or may not be a Nexomon. I love the designs. Like, you can look at Nexomon. Well, we are actually looking at the art style of the monsters, so like it looks like it's made in RPG. It's obviously looks like it's made in RPG Maker. Like you look at this and it doesn't scream something new. It's almost like edgy 90s. And if that's what you're going for, fine, but it looks like it's edgy 90s. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it, damn it. I gotta give it like an 8. Actually, you know what, I gotta give it a 7. The art style, a 6. The Nexomon art style is just not, you know, I give it a 7 because their anime faces are funny. Nexomon's art style is not different enough from Pokemon. It's just not different. It doesn't stick out to me. It doesn't stick out enough to me to be separate. Now, I love some of their designs. Like, let me go to the, but that's for the monster section, so we'll leave that. Monster Sanctuary, however, honestly, 6. The levels, the actual art for the game, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it this way. Like, the actual art for the game looks nice. But because the art looks so different than the actual game itself, like, it looks like Terraria. I have to give it like a 6 or a 7. A 7, I guess. It's not like, it's not amazing. It's not like, it doesn't stick out to me. Now, well, unless you like pixel art. If you like, actually, you know what? If we base it off pixel art, it's an 8. If we base it off pixel art, it's an 8. Because all the pixel art for it is really nice. The pixel art for Monster Sanctuary is good because the whole game is pixel. It's all a pixel game. Alright. But that's it for the art. Yeah, it looks like Terraria. Like, Monster Sanctuary looks like Terraria. See? Like, I played all the way through it and I've beaten it. I've done everything in the game pretty much. Mostly. I haven't done the post-game stuff because it is really hard. Or all the post-game stuff, it's really hard. But see, it looks like Terraria. The game looks like Terraria, except it's a monster raiser and it's a Metroidvania. You could actually put this in a Metroidvania category and it would still fit because it's a Metroidvania. It's just also a monster raiser. So it actually is two genres in one. And the DLC is free. However, I do highly recommend this game. It is very good. It is a very good game. I love him. This guy's amazing. Let me see if I can find better pictures of it. Like, look at this. This is the combat screen. Oh, damn it. I keep going back to that. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna exit this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Alright, Pokemon world designs. The world design in the Pokemon games. That's tricky. I don't know where I stand on this. Because Ruby and Sapphire, like, so Hoenn does not have it. Objectively speaking, while lore-wise, Hoenn's region design is really good. See, I'm gonna stop you there. I don't think so. And here's why. Objectively, Hoenn's region design, lore-wise, is really, really good because you get a feel for the dual natures of the games. You get the land and the water. 7.5, you know what? What's funny is I actually agree with that. I think there is too much water in Hoenn. Well, it makes sense. It makes sense from a lore perspective. Gameplay wise, it really screws people over who want to use fire types. You pretty much have to go through an entire section of the game with no fire types or no rock or ground. It gets really annoying. As somebody who likes ground types, it is a problem. That is a problem. Sword and Shield's level design sucked. I'm sorry. I love Sword and Shield with my heart. I love the wild area. I understand it was a test run for Scarlet and Violet. It's definitely a test run. But I really do think Sword and Shield had the weakest, at least, dungeon design. Now, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, Red, Blue, and Yellow had great level design because the actual dungeons felt like mazes. But as the games went on, they became less and less mazes, and I didn't like that. It's not good. I have to give the world design for Pokemon like a 6. Oop, not a 9. A 6. I'm sorry, but the world design for those games are not that good. It's honestly, when you really think about it, if you look at Red, Blue, Yellow, and Green, while the world itself wasn't big, it wasn't a big world. Because of how much they cram-packed into each dungeon and how long and because it's like different levels of the dungeons, like the caves and all that, it made the game feel bigger. I really think Red, Blue, Kanto had some of the best game design, best world design. But the world design and exploration, okay, you know what? No. I forgot I have exploration. Oh, no, exploration is something else. Exploration is something else. Don't worry about that. I forgot exploration is something else. Don't worry about that. Yeah, world design-wise, it's just... Because exploration is going to be how you get around the world. Exploration is how you get around. World design... Yeah, it's like moving through the world feels bigger. But then as it went onward and onward, as the games got more and more, it peaked at Black and White, with that region's fucking phenomenal. It is a phenomenal region. X and Y, and as it's gone, the actual routes have gotten worse and worse. They've gotten worse because they're all just straight paths, and that's not fun. Give me side paths to do. Give me random crap in the corner of the map that I gotta go find. But so yeah, I'm giving it a 6, only because it's gotten worse as time has gone on. The Digimon world designs. Digimon 1, 2, and 3 Amazing world designs. Next Order is just Digimon 1 again, so it's the same thing. Honestly, as much as I love Cyber Sleuth, its world design, while canonically is really cool. I like the whole like Eden and Kowloon and how it's connected to the digital world. I thought that was really good and a really cool idea, but it felt samey. I was looking at blue a lot. There's a lot of blue. I gotta give it like a 6. I gotta give it a 6 as well, only because Cyber Sleuth brings it down. We needed more variation. Like Digimon World 1, 2, and 3. It's actually 2 had bad level design, bad world design because 2 didn't do much. 1, and 3 in Next Order had great world design. They were beautiful to look at, beautiful to explore. But Cyber Sleuth's world design kind of boring. Not gonna lie, I like the story, that's why I'm playing it, but like the world design itself isn't that great comparatively. Monster Rancher world design 4. Simple as that. That's all I can say. It's just a 4. It's not great. There's only exploration in 1 game, and that's 4. I think maybe 3 has it, I don't know, but I know 4 has it. But that's nice. That's the only thing that gives it a 4, because 1 and 2 don't have a world design. Like, it's just your farm. And yeah. Not 4. 4! I'm sorry, I got a weird mouth, okay? Look, if my model could stick out its tongue, I would give myself a snake tongue, because that is, actually, my tongue is massive. 4. F-O-R-E. Quattro. I'll name it Quattro. I'll say Quattro. Happy? But with Quattro, it's because Monster Rancher Quattro has a world to explore, at least, and a world to look at, but not just a farm. Now, the farms are cute, but that's about it. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a Quattro. Maybe even a 3, to be honest. You know, I like the lore. I like the lore, because if you play 3, you understand that actually... So in Monster Rancher, one of the monsters is called Gel. Gel is literally a blob. He is a blob of slime that can make... Like, but it's like, okay, we're in this weird, like, world of, you know, farming. Like, we're in a farming society. How do you know what a helicopter is? Turns out in 3 you find out there was a massive war, and we're in a post-apocalyptic world. We're trying to rebuild. And so Gel remembers the helicopters and the miniguns and stuff from the humans before this, so it can turn into those things. That's why the world design gets a 4, because there is a backstory, and it's actually post-apocalyptic. TemTem, world design, 9. Actually, TemTem's world design gets a 10. Gets a 10. The archipelago is beautiful to look at. It's beautiful to look at. It's like an archipelago of floating islands that you're on. So it's a floating archipelago. It's beautiful. It's wonderful to look at. It's fun. It's a great place to look. Where am I? I know I did this. Hold on. Oh. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Yeah, their world design is amazing. They have a great world design. It's awesome. That's all I can say. It's just a beautiful world to look at. The water's nice. The actual place, you feel like each area is an individual area. You're like, okay, I've gone to this new island. I'm in a whole different climate. Because you start like a beach town. Like, you start in like a beachy, like summer villa type area. And by the time you get like the 4th island, it's like a wasteland. You're like, yeah, people live here with like face masks. And they live underground because the ground above is just poisonous. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, okay. Nexomon, world design. 6. Actually, I'll give it a 7. It's a little more interesting than Pokemon is. Not by much, though. It's Pokemon. It's just a Pokemon world. That's all I can describe it as. It's just Pokemon, but better. It's just a better world. A little more interesting. Monster Sanctuary, I'm putting an 8. While everything's pixelated, it makes sense why everything's the way it is. Everything connects interchangeably with each other. And they do a good job of, like, showing you the world. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for this game. Wonderful. Okay, hold on. I gotta make this. Oh, I did it again. Hold on. Okay, cool. There we go. Now I have XP grind. That works. Combat. Oh, I forgot to make it bigger. Hold on. Pokemon's combat. So, Monster Tamer games live or die by their combat and by their design. By the monster design and by the combat. That's how they live or die by that. You can't get around that. It's just how these games work. Pokemon's combat design, 7. It's not the pinnacle, but it's not the worst. It's not the pinnacle, but it's not the worst. It's not the pinnacle because it's not hard enough. It's not the pinnacle because there's too many chances where you just lose because of RNG. You can just straight lose because somebody paralyzed all your Pokemon based off a 30% chance. That's not fun. However, it's a very simple design. It's very easy to learn, and you can really maximize your profits with this game, with the way Pokemon's combat's set up. That being said, there are flaws in it. That's why it's a 7. Digimon's combat. Digimon's combat is twofold. There are 2 types of combat in Digimon. There is turn-based combat, usually 3v3, or there is no turn-based, and it's tell your Digimon to do something and hope it does it. That's the problem with Digimon. It's 2 separate combat styles. Overall, Digimon's combat gets a 7. It gets another 7. I can't not give it a 7. Because the world games, when you combat in world, like World 1, next order, whenever you have combat, you throw your Digimon out there. And for those games, getting experience isn't battling. You get experience by raising. Raising your Digimon in like the farm is how you get your experience. So there's no experience from combat. Combat's just to help you get around the world. So with Digimon, but like then you got 2, 3, and Cyber Sleuth, and those do just have regular combat. And that's just 3v3 turn-based. But there are cheeses to it. There's a lot of cheesing to it. That's why I'm giving it a 7. It's kind of just in the mid. It's not perfect. It's good. It's just not great. I don't like how you can really just like, and I'll get to that in the competitive, because in the competitive portion it's gonna competitive Digimon is a 1. Competitive Digimon is awful. Nobody does it. Nobody likes competitive Digimon. And so that one's actually gonna bring the score down a lot. But Monster Rancher's combat, nine out of 10. Monster Rancher's combat is a 9 out of 10. It is so good. It is different because it's 1v1, mostly. You can throw your monsters out in the field, and you can't, because it's more truthful. You can tell your monster to do stuff, but it's gonna move on its own. You can just let it do its thing. It's not a huge deal. You better hope you raised it well. You grabbed your lunch? Alright. Monster Rancher's combat is amazing. It's different. It's the only game of its type. It's so good that you can die to a 1% hit. That's why it doesn't get a 10, actually, dude. That's why Monster Rancher doesn't get a 10. Because you can die to 1% hits. That's why. It's the Fire Emblem problem. I have a 99% chance to crit. Why did I crit? They have a 2%. Oh, I'm dead. That's not good. That isn't good game design. That's why it doesn't get a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, it'd be perfect. I would have loved the combat for Monster Rancher had it not been for that. The fact that different moves at different distances from each other, that's awesome. I love that it does that. Yeah, you can miss a 99% gel copter. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, ah, that's why I don't like that sort of thing. That's why I'm not giving it a 10. Other than that, I love its combat. Because it's fast. Its combat's over in an instant, you move on. TemTem. 6. I'm giving TemTem a 6, and here's why. TemTem's combat is the exact same as a Pokemon double battle. However, there are two differences. Your moves don't hit as hard, and you don't have as many to pick from. Okay, no, it's fine. I get that it's an odds, but it's like consistently bad. Like, it's consistently bad because at a 99% chance, you shouldn't miss that many Geocopters. You shouldn't miss constant, like, it can be 99% and you'll miss 3 in a row. If it's 1%, it might as well be 100%. Exactly. That's not so much that it's those odds. It's that they don't feel like those odds. Like, in Pokemon, if you have a 30% chance to hit, or 30% chance to hit, you feel like you have a 30% chance to hit. You're gonna hit 30% of the time. Or if there's like a paralysis and it's 30% chance to paralyze, you can pretty much predict you're gonna get paralyzed 30% of the time. It feels like it. It feels like that. Monster Rancher doesn't feel like that. Monster Rancher is terrifying. And that's the thing. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know if it's their programming, they don't do the odds correctly or not, but that's just kind of how it's... If it's not 100%, it's 50%. Yeah, exactly. And it's because like Pokemon, you have to treat every battle like it's chance time for Mario Party. And that's the problem with Monster Rancher. It's too chance heavy. Pokemon's chance heavy, but they balanced it better. Digimon doesn't really deal with chances that often. You can get it, but it's not that often, and it's not really that bad. You can still come out on top. Monster Rancher, you're just screwed. You're just screwed. Did somebody change chance time? Yeah. TemTem doesn't really have the chance problem. TemTem has the problem of your move's not dealing enough damage, so every fight feels like a fight. And it should, but it's just too much. Like, even against wild encounters, it's too much. Again, like, Pokemon did it well, where it's like, against a tamer, against a trainer, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm in for a little bit of a fight. Mostly. And then a wild encounter, like, okay, one party, one kills. I'm done. It's a wild encounter. I'm obviously stronger. TemTem, no matter what you do, every fight is a fight, and it's annoying. It's too much. TemTem has they made the fights too hard. The TemTem made their fights, like, I'm glad they made fights hard. But TemTem, they went above and beyond to the point where it was way too hard. Like, the first boss and the second boss will fuck you up. It is not even a competition. Because the first boss had, like, in the first area of the game, you can only really find 3 types of TemTem. You can only really find water, nature, which is just grass, neutral, which is normal, and maybe you'll find a single toxic and a single melee. Aside from your starter, obviously. Your starters are melee, psychic, and crystal. The first boss, her whole team is pretty much set up to destroy you. And like, that's not fun. That's not good. That's just annoying. At least give her stuff that's like fair to fight against for me. Or at least give me the option of getting TemTem that can beat her. None of this bull where I'm like, well, I'm just at a disadvantage. Because at least the first gym leader, or dojo master, has the same TemTem as you're gonna have, but stronger. So like, that's a little more fair. That's a little more fair, but it's still really hard. So that's why I'm giving TemTem a 6 out of 10 for combat, because it's got its problems. It needs to be fixed. It needs to deal with a little bit less of like, we made it hard. Like, no, you made it tedious. That's what you did. You didn't make the fights hard. Like, you made way too many like the trainer encounters shouldn't be like a life or death fight every time. Every time I fight a trainer, it's a life or death fight. And I get what you're trying to go for, where everybody's just as strong as you are, but in a game like this, you can't do that because it's just too much. Like, either use less trainers and make the trainers harder, and make the battles with the wild encounters mean more. Nexomon gets a 7. It's the same. Nexomon's encounters, Nexomon has the combo between Pokemon and TemTem. Pokemon's combat relies on a PP system, on a power point system, where each move has its own power points. TemTem and Digimon rely on an SP or a mana gauge to do it. Nexomon's the same way. So Nexomon actually relies on a mana gauge, as does TemTem and Digimon. So Pokemon's actually the outlier here. It depends on what you prefer. I actually prefer the power point system, so whenever I'm grinding. But in combat, I like I do like the stamina bar, or the mana bar, because you can actually, like, win based off you just wearing your opponent down. So Nexomon actually does. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give Nexomon an 8 because of that. You can time your opponent and wear them down with their mana bar. That's why Nexomon gets an 8, because you can actually use that against them. Pokemon's PP has way too much to really wear your opponent down on that. Monster Sanctuary's combat gets a 10. It's a 10. Simple. It's a 10 out of 10. The 3... So, for Nexomon, from Sanctuary, you have 3 monsters out, and you can choose which order they go in, and you get a combo system so that whatever your last attack is going to do the most damage, because the more combos you have, the more damage you do. You can have so many cool strategies. Like, there's not as many monsters. I think there's only like 150, so about the amount of original Pokemon game. But oh my god, the amount of combos. It clearly never beat a Johto's first Johto's Ghost Gym with level 2 Togepi. I mean, there's that, yeah. But like, here's the point. Monster Sanctuary has this the way they do their combat, and taking the 3 monsters you have and then figuring out what works and doesn't work is so much fun. Like, you can one-shot. There are people who come to my chat and talk to me about one-shotting boss monsters because they've made this broken team of 3 weak monsters that synergize really well with each other. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Like, get your tank, your healer, and your DPS. You could actually build an RPG party, or you just build straight DPS. You take your first guy, you buff it with the first guy, you buff with the second guy, and the third guy just hits like hell. He's just gonna punch you in the face and win. Monster Sanctuary gets a 10 out of 10 in my opinion for the actual combat. Until you get to 1 fight in the game. 2 fights. There are 2 fights in this game. The second to last boss fight and the Tamer fight in the DLC. The second to last boss fight, this dude's strategy is bullshit. You feel like no matter what team you build, it's gonna suck. I actually had to go to easy mode to beat him. The DLC guy is just bullshit. To have a 70% chance to miss constantly is bad. That's not good. It was like, oh, we're gonna give him all the birds. Well, yes, but when you combine all the birds, you can't hit the birds. Literally, like, the birds, like, most of the bird monsters have passives that if you have more birds in your party, they get more dodge. To the point where you're hitting at, like, there's a 70% chance to miss. That's not fun. And they just keep, like, that's not fun for me. Like, that's boring. It's just like, oh, I can't win this. So but it still gets the 10 out of 10 because the combat itself is really good. Exploration level grind, 9 out of 10. Pokemon's exploration is great. No, actually 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Because there are parts that I don't like. Pokemon's exploration is good. Up to a point. The HMs are a bad idea. From day one, they are a bad idea because a lot of the HMs suck. Cut is bad. Flash is bad. Actually, I do want a good air fryer recipe bowling, if you don't mind. Hold on, how much time do I have left on this? Oh, I've got a lot of time left, okay. Cut is a bad HM. What else do we have? Flash is a bad HM. Rock Smash is terrible. Those are 3 HMs. You have to have 2 of those 3 to get through a lot of the early Pokemon games, all the way up to Diamond and Pearl. You have to have those to finish the game. That's not fun. That's not fun at all, because it wouldn't be bad in 2 situations. If you could take those HMs and remove them when you wanted to, or you take those HMs, or you have a separate bar for those HMs. If you had a separate bar for those HMs, I would love that. It'd be a 10 out of 10. Because then at least you feel like your Pokemon that you have with you are helping you explore the region. But then, like with this, I gotta get cut. Oh, I'll go grab my random Oddish I have in my box and go cut down this tree. So now I'm down a Pokemon right now. So like Surf and Strength are fine. They aren't bad moves. Surf and Strength aren't bad moves. So I'm okay with those. But like for the most part, they need to work on HMs. And that they got rid of HMs, I'm happy. As soon as they got rid of like HMs being required in Black and White to finish the game, I was happy. And then in Sun and Moon, just getting rid of them entirely, thank you. Perfect. Beautiful design. Keep it that way. Don't change that. The XP grind in Pokemon's fine. The normal XP grind, not difficult. It's got a normal XP grind, it's a 10 out of 10 XP grind, it's not awful. It's not, XP grind is not bad. Digimon. Exploration. The exploration and the XP grind. Four. Digimon's exploration, not great. It's not great. Is that Princess or Olive? That is Princess beneath me. Oh, do you want to come visit, girl? You want to come? Oh, no, I guess not. Okay, never mind. Digimon's exploration, it's okay. World is better. World's exploration is actually really good. Story is kind of just linear. It's not terrible. It's just not great. The XP grind for Digimon sucks. You know, I'll put that at a 5. It's awful. Their XP grind in Digimon games suck. Unless you do the secret shit. Hold on, I think Princess wants to sit with me. Give me a second. No, where you? You keep running off. Unless you want me to... You want a pet? I don't know what you want. But Digimon's XP grind, unless you get like the secret XP stuff, or the secret, but like the cheesy XP things, the XP grind in Digimon's awful. It is a terrible XP grind. It is not fun. It is boring as balls. Cyber Sleuth, the definitive playing Cyber Sleuth. If you ever get Cyber Sleuth, get it for the Switch. Yeah, just get it for the Switch. Get the dual game, which is the complete edition for the Switch. Do it on that. It's so much easier because you can put your Digimon in boxes, and they just level up as you go. They just keep going. There's no stopping it. So it's a lot easier in the Switch version. Monster Rancher's XP grind and exploration. There is no exploration, so I don't know what to put. That actually looks really good, bowling. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna make those. That sounds really good. But the thing with Monster Rancher does not have exploration, or it does, but it's so minimal it doesn't do anything. There isn't really exploration. There is a little bit, but not much. The XP grind, that's what the game is. It's like a 4, I guess. It's not great. It's not a great grind. I mean, that's what the game. That's the game loop, kind of. The game loop for that that's what a grinding is. Like Monster Rancher's game is a grind. Like it's just a raising game. It's a virtual pet simulator. Put tinfoil in the air fryer to make them? Oh, okay. All right. Monster Rancher gets like a 4. I'd even give it a 3, to be honest. I'd even give it a 3. TemTem's XP grind is atrocious. You know what? I'm gonna do 2... You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna put 1 up here. Why are you headbutting me? What do you want? What, princess? Hold on, that cat's like headbutting me. I don't know why. Come here. What do you want? You just want to, oh, you just want a pet. Okay. You know what tinfoil over their baby? Oh, they're baby potatoes. Yeah, that's no good for that. Okay. Hold on. I messed that up. Okay, we're gonna do an 8. They made it too small. Hold on. That's an 8, and the XP grind is... The XP grind is like a 7. This is a better way of doing it. So we're gonna do an 8. No, exploration is like a 6 or a 7. 7. And then the XP grind is like a 3. The XP grind in these games suck. That is a 3. That is just a straight 3. The XP grind in this game is terrible. This, however, the exploration's gonna get like a 0 because there is no exploration. Or there is, so I guess I'll give it like a... I'll give it like a 2? And the XP grind, that's the gameplay mechanic, so we're just gonna give it like an 8. And that's the gameplay mechanic, that's the loop. So we can't really not put that. TemTem, the exploration's fantastic. Oh, actually, you know what? No. Exploration gets a 7, and here's why. In TemTem, there are 2 things you need. There are 4 items that you need to explore. So far, at least, that I'm at. There is the surfboard. There's just crystal skates. There are a grappling hook and suction cups. You get the crystal. So you keep seeing these crystal areas all throughout the game. Like, it's like you can slide across them, but like, there's areas I can't get to unless I can walk. How do I do this? You're gifted the crystal skates. They let you skate across the ground. Cool. 2 minutes after they give you it, they take them from you. They are taken from you. I'm like, then what was the point of giving me these if you're just gonna take them away? If you hadn't have done that, the exploration would have been amazing. I was like, why? There was no point to that. I hated that. That is why it gets a 7. If that didn't happen, it would have been a 10. Because that's fucking stupid. It takes 3 points off. That's how bad it was. XP grind is a 3. And its XP grind sucks. Actually, I would say it's even lower than Digimon. Because at least Digimon has a way of like doing fast things. Nexomon's XP grind sucks. It is awful. If you don't have your team planned ahead, you're just screwed. Nexomon's XP grind is atrocious. It's like, you're level 50, and you're gaining like 2 experience points. You're like, what the hell is this? Give me experience. I'm killing things 2 times my level. Like, it sucks. It's a terrible XP grind. There is no way to describe it as... If you ever play those fake Pokemon RPGs on RPG Maker, it's like that. They are terrible. It's a terrible XP grind. I just hate it. That's why I stopped for so long. It's because the XP grind for this game was terrible. Nexomon. I played Nexomon. I played TemTem when the game first released, when its beta came out. Like 2.5 years ago, like before COVID. I think right when COVID started. My wife and I picked up the game because you could co-op it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. We get to co-op a Pokemon game together. We get to the first boss, we're like, why are we so weak? Your second copy of Pokemon Platinum is fake? Oh, I'm not talking about those fakes. I'm talking about the RPG Maker games. But, like, the... Nexomon's... I'm sorry, TemTem's XP grind is just god-awful. It is terrible. Anyway. Nexomon's Exploration. 6. Nothing special. Actually, it's a 7 because you get to gain, like, maneuverability stuff. It's a 7. It's, you know, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's 7. It's above average. It's above an average. It's above average. It's like, no, it's a normal. It's normal. I'm tying it with Digimon for Exploration. It's XP grind. 7. It's a good XP grind. Actually, you know what? We're gonna give it an 8 because XP grind is pretty good. I'm gonna give it an 8. Its XP grind is better than Pokemon's. It's easier to switch out Nexomon that you want. Oh, I lost the combat for Monster Sanctuary. Oops. It's no need to be like, oh no, my game is fake. Let's see. This needs to be reduced back to 17. Okay. Exploration for Monster Sanctuary. 10 to 10. Monster Sanctuary lets you use your Monster Sanctuary does what Pokemon should do. If you have the monster that can do it, that can do this exploration aspect, you don't have to have it in your party. It just needs to be, you just need to have it somewhere, and you can do it. So like, if you need something that can fly, like can help you like fly and cross gaps, and you just have something that has that gap maneuverability, and it's not in your party. Say you don't want to use the bird, like the first bird you get, but you need to fly. You just can do it. It's not a huge deal. It's great. Exploration of Monster Sanctuary is beautiful. But it's because Monster Sanctuary is also a Metroidvania. It kind of has to be good at that. That's part of the things that make it good. XP grind. Also 10. Monster Sanctuary's got a great grind. Whenever you find a monster, if you get the egg, it hatches 2 levels below your max level, and then you have infinite amounts of their version of rare candy, which is called a badge. I already did a Hollow Knight stream. I finished it already. Or I didn't finish all of it. I finished most of it. I beat the boss, but I didn't know how to get to the secret stuff, so I can go back and do that at some point. I have done it, though. I might go do a new game plus at some point. I'll do it. Might do a new game plus and try to get through the and do all the extra stuff too. So I didn't do. I've never played Xenoblade. I haven't played any of those. I've never played any Xenoblade game. I have friends who do though. Put that down there. Okay. But yeah, Monster Sanctuary's XP grind is wonderful. You get badges. You can grind them out, and they work like rare candies. They level your. They can just give a monster one, and it levels up 1 level. You can, but if you do that, you can only go 1 level below the max level of your strongest monster, which that's fair. They don't want you just grinding up with those. Whenever you hit max level at 42, every time your monsters still gain experience. I was like, wait, what do you get it whenever you level up again? When you level up past max level, you get a level 42 badge, which lets you raise a monster to level 42 if they're at 41. And I went, oh my god, this is a game changer. You can grind out every monster. This is the ultimate way of doing it. It is so easy, but it's not given to you. You have to work for it, but it's not a hard thing to do. Monster Sanctuary gets a 10 out of 10 for both exploration and level grind. Designs. This games live or die by this. Nine out of 10. 9 out of 10, hands down. Pokemon has the most memorable designs. They are easy to see, and you look at it and go, yep, that's a Pokemon. It's a 9 out of 10. I don't give it a 10 because there are some crap designs. There are some awful designs. This is completely subjective, though. This is a completely subjective view, so you may think you're an idiot. For me, I'm an idiot for thinking this, but there are some crap designs. I don't like Trubbish. I don't like Vanillux. They're awful designs. I don't like Klefki. I don't like those designs. I just don't. It's a 10. It's not a 10 because Digimon's a 10. Digimon's a 10. It is why we have Shuckle. Wait, which one's what, Burger? Which ones I don't like? Which Pokemon I don't like? And we have Shuckle, so it's a 10. You don't fuckle with the Shuckle. I have a friend who that's his favorite Pokemon. The good thing about Pokemon is that... every Pokemon has a favorite. Every person has a favorite Pokemon. Every Pokemon is somebody's favorite. Even Stantler. Trubbish may be your favorite. I don't care. I think Trubbish is a bad design. I really do. I think Trubbish is a terrible design. Garbodor is not so bad, but Trubbish is stupid. Trubbish, Vanillux, the final evolution of the ice cream cone, sucks. Klefki is bad. And the also problem with Pokemon is that there are some Pokemon. Why I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because stat line wise, there are some Pokemon that are just useless. Like, Digimon, you can pretty much take any Mega and put them in a fight, and they're gonna do something. Don't diss your Keyring? Ah, fuck the Keyring. If I wanted a Keyring Pokemon, I would just go to Target and go buy myself a set of baby keys for chewing. Pokemon, the difference between Pokemon and Digimon is that Pokemon has the problem of fully evolved Pokemon are useless. There are some Pokemon that are just useless. I'm looking at you, Delcatty. I'm looking at you, Wigglytuff. I don't like that. I think every Pokemon should have some sort of role they can play in a competitive team. Digimon can. Digimon, every Mega Digimon can be used to some extent. They have some way of using it. In every game, you can use any Mega. Take that slander back. Make me, bitch. Anyway. Digimon, every Mega can do that. Digimon is, but like, with the lore for Digimon, because we know that Digimon are digital life forms, they can be anything. What do you want? You want me to pick you up? Hold on. No, stop. If you... Digimon are digital life forms, so they take on whatever form that they're supposed... like, whatever their data is. So, like, Numamon, Sukamon, sure, they're poop, but it's because they're trash data. They're literally trash. They're supposed to be like that. Like, they make sense. Even though they don't make sense, and like, what the hell? This is a dragon made out of guns? It's data. It can be whatever it wants. Where's the cat cam? I only have one camera. If I had a second camera, you could have a cat cam for Princess. Pokemon, my problem with it is, like, I get they're just like mystical beings, but we don't, like, why is there a Voltorb? Why is there a Magnemite? Why are there Pokemon that aren't living creatures but are? Like, if you had Magnemite in Digimon, nobody would blink an eye. If you had Trubbish in Digimon, nobody would blink an eye because it makes sense. But having a sentient garbage bag doesn't... Would you stop? Doesn't make sense. I don't understand where that came from. Okay, I'm picking you up. You're gonna sit with me. Come here. No, come here. I'm gonna hold your tail. You're gonna sit with me. Come here. You're gonna sit with me. No. You're gonna sit right here. No. Right here. Anyway. That's why I'm giving Digimon a 10 out of 10. Monster Rancher? 7. No. Stay right here. Monster Rancher gets a 7 out of 10. Only because there are some dumb designs. I mean, you can make any Pokemon work. That's fair. But it's like... There's a level where it's like, okay. A sentient... Oh my god, all her hair is floating around. Oh, you want to use that? Okay, I'm not using that after this weekend anyway, but... Sure, like, Voltorb makes sense. Delcatties are... Like, can you really make Delcatty work? What are you gonna do with Delcatty? What are you gonna do with Delcatty? Like, what are you gonna do with that? Normalize Dig, Thunder, Hyper Beam, and Fake Out? Sure, but I don't have the stats to back it up. That's the problem. That's really good. Normalize Dig, Thunder, Hyper Beam, and Fake Out? That's great. Don't come across a fucking Ghost type. It doesn't have the stats to do anything with those moves, though. I've tried. I like Delcatty's design. I tried to make Delcatty work. I couldn't. I like Wigglytuff. I like Delcatty. I like those designs. I think they're cute. I think it's a we can check. Hold on. I think it does. Where's Delcatty? Yeah, Delcatty gets it as it's not even a secret move. It's got its second ability. What's Wonder Skin do? I mean, I guess Wonder Skin, kind of, maybe. But like, see, that's the point. I like Pokemon like Wigglytuff and like Delcatty. I can't find a use for them. Wigglytuff, kinda, you can kinda, but like, there's just some Pokemon that just aren't good. Anyway, back to this. Monster Rancher's monster design have some really good ones. They have Durahan, they have Gel, they've got Suazo, Mochi, but then you got shit like Tiger, who's just a wolf with horns, or Hare, who's just a rabbit, and Dragon's just a dragon. Now granted, you can combine them to make cooler design monsters, but overall, I think Monster Rancher, while its designs are cool, aren't really inspired. Okay, yes, you can make Ninjask with Swords Dance and 2 speed boost. That's gonna work with anything, then. That's gonna make anything. That's gonna make anything viable. And that means I have to run Ninjask. A Pokemon should be viable without having to rely on another Pokemon to make it viable. Unless it's like Slacking. Yeah, Monster Rancher gets a 7 out of 10 only because its designs, while nice, half of them aren't inspired. They're just dragon, wolf, and like Hare. But then it's like Suazo's really cool. Pixie's cute. Yeah, I mean, you can disagree, it's fine. Like, I'm not saying you have to agree with me on this. This is all subjective. That's all subjective on that. That's fine. Amon should work with his team. It should. I'm not saying it can't. But if you're having to go through crap tons of steps, if you have to take 4 turns, 3 turns. If you have to take 3 turns to make a Pokemon semi-viable, to make it even to do anything, that's not really a useful Pokemon. You would better take that time to just hit the enemy. It shouldn't need its team to, like, there are Pokemon that they can work with a team. There's a difference between working with the team and requiring the team to succeed. Pokemon can work together. You can, like, I watched a strategy the other day. It was a Latios that used Normalize on Regigigas. Without that team, Regigigas is still a powerhouse of a Pokemon, but that just made it bonkers. Pokemon need to work together as a team, but it shouldn't be an entire team needs to come together to make one thing work. There's a reason why Slacking isn't used, exactly. Doubles, it can work if you have like a Slowking or something. But, you know, overall, like, in my opinion, if you have a Pokemon team, they need to work together. All together. Not all the team comes together to make this one Pokemon who's weak work. Why would I do that when I can just take a different Pokemon and make them better? That's some anime logic right there, bowling. Like, I would love Delcatty to work. And you know what? If Ninjask Baton Pass to Delcatty makes it fast and hit hard, sure. Okay. That's fine. But logically speaking, I've now wasted 3 turns. I love Slacking, don't get me wrong. I love Slacking. I love his design. Slacking is one of my favorite normal types. I love that Pokemon. Hell, Burger loves... Isn't Burger... No, it's Raptor. Raptor loves Slacking too. But you can't deny that having to take multiple turns just using a different Pokemon to make a different Pokemon viable is not indicative to winning. You've now spent 3 turns making a weak Pokemon viable, when I could have just used the strong one to do it, to just not have to take 3 turns to do it. It's all about... yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. No, Slacking works in doubles. Slacking's actually, I think whenever it's a double fight, I think Slacking's an Ubers. Hold on. I think Slacking is actually an Ubers in, it's PU for 1v1, but in, hold on. So, oh, never mind, it's not. They only have, it's in PU. But it's untiered. But, like, Slacking in doubles is fine. Yeah, Slacking in doubles works, but that's in doubles. It's the whole... My thought is, why would I spend 3 turns making Delcatty useful when I could just use Snorlax? Why? I mean, with huge power, that's not really overkill if you need to take out like a Tyranitar or something. Take out like a defensive powerhouse, but like that's kind of my thoughts on that. It's better speed, yeah. Well, it's better speed, sure, but like even with a Swords Dance, Snorlax is still gonna kick your ass. You're not gonna take out that Snorlax. You got better speed, but you've sacrificed so much to get there. Was it really worth the sacrifice? Now, if you think it's worth it, fine. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, hell, I watched a dude go to finals with a Marowak, and I love Marowak. Marowak's my favorite. It's my favorite ground type. Okay, I'm just using as an example. Fine, bulky, Steelix. I don't know. I'm just naming off a Pokemon with a lot of defense. Like, don't get me wrong, there are Pokemon that can be good. I'm just saying I don't think you need to use an entire team's worth of moves to make one Pokemon viable and competitive. That's my thought process. Anyway, back to this. TemTem. Monster design... The only thing that saves TemTem for me are the Toxic TemTem. The Toxic TemTem are really cool. Toxic TemTems are amazing. The poison types are awesome. Kind of forget what a lot of TemTem look like, though. Like, I don't know, I just forget. What about Surfetched? I love Surfetched. One Iron Defense, okay? And? One Swords Dance, okay, just 2 turns. Leaf Blade, okay. Okay. And? Like, that's a good move, though. That's not bad. But that's the point. I'm not saying that's bad. That's fine. You've spent 2 turns with one Pokemon to make that same Pokemon stronger. That's different. That's different than spending 3 turns to change Pokemon to something else that's already weak to begin with. Surfetched was never weak to begin with. Surfetched is not a bad Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. It's not outstanding, but it's already got pretty decent bulk and a good move pool. Delcatty's only redeeming trait is a massive move pool. and the ability to get assist. That's I'm using Delcatty as an example. This goes for Pokemon like Beautifly, Butterfree, not Mega Beedrill, things that work that you can use in game, but like in competitive don't work. They just don't. I'm sorry, like you can't make them good. I've tried, and everybody else has too. Like there's a reason Smogon has tier list. As much as I hate tier list, you kind of it makes sense. All right, Nexomon's monster design, 9 out of 10. Their designs are amazing. Look at some of this stuff. Hold on. Look at this! Look at this thing! Claudie, Lukuma! Look at this! Oh, that's a new one. Oh, no, it's not. I have that one. Like, look at these designs! It's a cactus! It's a... Look, these are cool! This Octolect? Look at this! It's an octopus with a big-ass brain! These are cool! Like, these are designs. Like, Dreadful? Oh my god, this thing's so cool! I actually use it on my team. Apharid? Yeah, it's an apparition and it's afraid. It's Apharid. Yeah, Smeargle was originally S tier. And it, you know, fell off over time. It's because Smeargle could learn it, but Smeargle could learn every move. That's the difference. Are you trying to get in there, princess? We've got a Manticore. We have a Manticore Pokemon. We have a Scorpion Knight. Well, we have one of these. This is kind of dumb, though. Fortank. Look at this thing. It's awesome. It's a fortress turtle. I don't like the mosquito. Fuck him. Oh, there is one Nexomon I really, really like. I like Corrosion. Corrosion's really cool. Like, they get a... You know what? Fuck it. They get a 10 out of 10 for design. I'm trying to find some of the really good ones. Let me look at the ghosts. The ghost ones look awesome. Goose and Mazector, Cranelo. Where is it? Chromicide. It's a Scarecrow! The ghost types here are so good! Devol. It's a Grim Reaper Nexomon. What is this? They got a mummy. Whatever that is. They got a... Look at this! This thing's tight! Fantra, it's a dragon. It's like there's like a section... There's no dragon monsters, but there's no dragon type. But there are certain Nexomon that are considered dragons, and they're like different. So they have that. Titan. Oh, they must have added more. I don't remember these. Oh shit, they had more? Yeah, they added more. They added more Nexomon than the post game. That's awesome. I might have to go back to Nexomon. They added more. Did they add more to Nexomon? Did they add more? I don't remember those. Anyway, Nexomon gets a 10. I'm sorry, Nexomon's design is a 10. They're so inspired and so interesting. This gets a 9. It's not perfect, but actually it gets an 8. Monster Sanctuary's designs, you know what? There are some really cool ones. It gets an 8. It gets an 8. It's just, it cannot compete. Monster Sanctuary's monster designs cannot compete with Pokemon. After this, we have about an hour left. So once we're done, I might go play Digimon for a little bit, and then I have to leave at like 2:30. So we'll play Digimon for a little bit. Let's see. All right. Alright, so competitive. This is the competitive scene, by the way. This is like their actual competitive scene. Pokemon has a 10 out of 10 competitive scene. Pokemon's competitive scene's 10 out of 10. You know what? No. It's an 8. It's an 8. Because early game... No, it's not 10, and here's why. It's an 8. It's better than a lot of the other ones, but it's not... It's by no stretch of the imagination a 10. Well, comparatively, I guess it would be a 10. It's a 9. Nobody gets a 10. Nobody gets a 10. Pokemon's competitive scene, while out of these, is the best. It doesn't get a 10 for one reason and one reason only. In the beginning of any Pokemon game when it comes out, you don't have access to home or box. So you're stuck using the Pokemon from that region. Teams are a lot more creative. Teams are a lot more varied, ironically. They're a lot more varied, a lot more interesting to play against. Because you're stuck with Pokemon from that region. The moment home or box, whichever one for whichever season, gets opened up, goes out the window. Because everyone uses 2 Pokemon. They use Landorus and they use everybody uses Landorus. It's 1 Pokemon. Everybody uses Landorus. Everybody uses Landorus and everybody uses like only the big guys. That's all it is, and it's boring. It sucks. So early competitive Pokemon, great. When the game's been out for like half a year, bad. That's my stance. Digimon competitive gets a 2. While there is a competitive, well, I know about the Pachirisu. I know the Pachirisu. I'm just saying, overall, like, I'm not talking about like the highest tier of competitive. I'm talking whenever you're in the game and you're doing ranked battles, you're gonna see the same thing over and over again. You are. Early game, you're not. Late game, you are. That's just how it is. Digimon. Digimon has a 2. Digimon didn't have competitive until... No, I'm not talking about Little Cup. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about overall, your run-of-the-mill. I'm not doing the niche battles. Like, I love Little Cup, don't get me wrong. I love Little Cup. It's so much fun. I absolutely love Little Cup. I'm talking about your run-of-the-mill, basic, like, just climbing the ranks, climbing the leaderboard, trying to get to Master Ball. That's not... It's not fun after Home comes out. And after they, like, it's not fun to me. The actual competitive game itself is good, though. That's fine. The actual competitive game is fine. It's just that portion. It's the meta game sometimes sucks. Digimon gets a 2. Digimon has no competitive scene. There are the V-Pets that do, but that's the V-Pets. Digimon World 2 and 3 don't have competitive, because you just couldn't. 1 doesn't have it. Next Order... Does Next Order even have competitive? Competitive? Okay, there is a Coliseum. There is a competitive, but it doesn't look like anybody really does it. There is competitive for Cyber Sleuth, but nobody does it because there's only 2 Digimon people use. People only use Ultra Force Veedramon, or Old Force Veedramon, and Lilithmon. Old Force Veedramon is faster than anything else in the game, sets up all these buffs, and then you never get to go. It literally comes down to a coin toss. Lilithmon is broken. Well known, Lilithmon is broken. Lilithmon has I think it's either her signature move. Well, for one, she has the highest intelligence stat in the game. 2, it's either her signature move or her ability. I don't remember which one it is. Ignores your defense. One of them ignores either the move or the ability, ignores the opponent's defense stat. So it has piercing. And then the other one ignores type matchups. So it's just broken. Lilithmon is a busted Digimon. So people only run those 2, and they run like a third whatever. Competitive Digimon sucks. It's awful. Monster Rancher competitive has a 10. There is a competitive scene. For Monster Rancher 2, there is a competitive scene for it. If Dude is still here, Dude knows what I'm talking about. There is a competitive scene for Digimon World 2. And they run like tournaments with actual money. And getting your Digimon, like, they have like set rules you have to use. So like you're actually raising a Digimon, raising a monster to compete in this tournament. It's really cool. They have they get a 10 out of 10 for competitive. That's all it's there for at this point. It's just competitive. This game has been out since the 90s, and they're still competitive for it. Like, what the hell? This isn't even an FPS. Nexomon's competitive, I think, is a 6 or a 7. I think it's a 7. They have competitive. I haven't gotten there yet, so I can't really say anything. I know people do it though. I know people have like competitive teams and stuff. So I think TemTem does have competitive. I just don't do it. Nexomon, it's a 0. There's no competitive scene for it. There's not a competitive. There's nothing. Monster Sanctuary gets like a 5. There is a competitive. I just don't do it. I'll give it a 6. Because at least with Monster Sanctuary, you can get some really cool strategies. You know, it's a 7. It's a 7. It's a 7. Monster Sanctuary, because of the way monster interactions work, you can get some really, really cool interactions with everybody. With like, you can use, most monsters are viable. You just have to function with other monsters. That's why I'm giving it a 7. It's got a competitive scene. I didn't take part in it, but high tier Monster Sanctuary should be really cool to watch. That's my ratings though. That's everything. I don't really have anything else I can go over for this. So let's add everything up. We'll start with Monster Sanctuary just to do that. We're gonna add everything up. I think Monster Rancher is actually the lowest. Hold on. 9, 8, 8, 10, 10, 10, 8, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hold on. I'm actually gonna pull up. Oh, hold on. I don't need this any. I do need this. Let's pull it down here. Hold on. We'll do it on stream. We'll do the calculations on stream. Hold on. So we need to. Oh, I just realized we don't have window capture for that. Never mind. That's pointless. Okay, so Monster Sanctuary. Monster Sanctuary gets added everything up. Comes out to 8.75. That is not 7.5. You gotta go bowling. Okay, we're almost done if you want to stay for this. Peace, nerds. Oh, we're not nerds. We're all nerds. 10 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus 0. Divided by, I think it said 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nexomon gets 8.1. Nexomon got 8.125. You talked you into it? All right, I'm gonna put their. This is the end. I'm gonna play Digimon once I'm done with this, but this is the end of this. Nexomon got an 8.125. Monster Sanctuary got an 8. You know, we'll round up. We're gonna round everything up. So. Got a 9. Got an 8. We're gonna round. TemTem, I think it's gonna come out to like a 6 point something or a 7. 8 plus McDonald's has Pokemon cards. Oh, I know. I heard a whole fiasco shit that went down with that. I don't know. 10, 6, 7, 2, 7, 7. Divided by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7.1. So 7. Okay. Poor Monster Rancher's about to get his ass handed to it. 3.75. So we'll round up to yeah, 3.75. Plus 7, plus 4, plus 9, plus 2, plus 8, plus 7, plus 10. Divided by 8. Ah, not too bad. That's not the, yeah. Monster Rancher got a 6.3. Or, so it got a 6. Monster Rancher got a 6. Digimon. 7 plus 7 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 10 plus 2. 49. Divided by 8. Got another 6. Digimon got a 6. Pokemon. 6.5 plus 10. Whoops. 6.5 plus 10 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9. Divided by 8. Got an 8. Alright, we got everything. This is what it came out to. Pokemon got an 8. Digimon got a 6. Monster Rancher got a 6. TemTem got a 7. Nexomon got an 8. And Monster Sanctuary got a 9. They came with little rowlet spinners. Oh, I kind of want that. So yeah, that's what we came out with. This is about what I thought it would be. this is kind of where I thought Monster Rancher would be lower, but I guess talking it out, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, TemTem definitely wasn't going to be a Pokemon killer. I think if Monster Sanctuary got updates and became really big, it could get close to being a killer. But honestly, in my rankings, Monster Sanctuary is the best out of all of them so far. Now, you may find things differently. You may say, hey, Monster Rancher I only play for competitive, so to me, it's a 10 out of 10 game. I'm like, that's fair to you. That's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Yeah. Yeah, so like, that's my rankings. I'm gonna put those on Twitter.